There's a Mythic Legions All Stars 4 in-stock sale coming this Saturday from Four Horsemen Studios, and I'm here to break it down for you. DorkLair! What's up, Legionnaires? It's Bill from the DorkLair, and I got a new microphone, and I thought I would try it out on this video. Do a little walkthrough of the All Stars 4 that's coming up this Saturday, in-stock sale, and kind of like just go through the details, where, when, talk about which figures are in the wave, are going to be available, then give maybe some tips and strategies of how I would approach trying to get some figures if I were going to, and then maybe some predictions. So let's get into this. So first off, this is a storehorseman.com sale. So you're going to need to be on storehorseman.com on Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And I would get there early and be ready to go and be all set up, and, you know, because these are going to sell out pretty quickly. These are not reinforcements level supply. This is going to be quite a quick sellout, most likely. There might be a couple things that linger, but some stuff will go very fast. Okay, so let's get over here and take a look at which figures are available. This is a small wave. The All-Stars waves are not that big. You have 4 reissue figures, then you have 1 2.0 troll, and then you have 2 Masters of the Universe tribute figures, and that's it. Those are the 7 total figures. Let's kind of walk through them. For the 4 reissue figures, we have Scaphoid, who is the toxic skeleton. We have Sir Owain, one of the original 1.0 knights, Tibius, one of the original 1.0 skeletons, and Vetus, who is the original Mercurian Spartan style figure from Mythic Legions. All fantastic figures. If I had to pick my favorite, it would definitely be Scaphoid. And probably going into it before this wave released, I would have said the one I was looking most forward to would have been Vetus, but it turns out Sir Owain is definitely my second favorite of the wave. Although the actual figure that has become my favorite, not because of the figure itself, but because of this custom head sculpt by EM Custom Parts, Eric Miller. He took the head that I said in a video looked kind of like a baseball, and he actually painted it like a baseball, and it is just a killer paint job. So this is actually my favorite figure in hand, but if it didn't have this head, my favorite figure is definitely Scaphoid. Number 2, Sir Owain. So those are your 4 reissue figures, and then the next one we have is the 2.0 troll. So the last couple times they've done these, they've reissued a troll and then brought in a head from one of the other figures and just painted it in the style of that troll. So this time they reissued the forest troll with the forest troll's head, but they also brought in the ice troll's head and painted it forest troll colors. So we got the troll, which I believe is going to be 110. Don't quote me on that, but it's around $100, like 110, I think, is the price. All of the other figures in the wave are 35, or they might be 37 if they're going with their new price point, but 35 or 37 for all the other regular figures. Finally, we have the Masters of the Universe tribute figures. Bryophytus is essentially a flocked orc to look like Mossman, and then Mephitor is essentially a goblin or thistlethorn painted as Stinkor. So those are your 7 figures. Generally speaking, they're all $35, except for the troll, which is going to be $110, I think. Next up, for people who have never done this before, a few tips. These things can be really hard to predict, and sometimes they'll sell out immediately. Sometimes they'll last a little while. Some of the surrounding information, I guess, would be 1, most of these figures are still available on retailers for the usual retail price, the like $50 price point. You can get all of these right now, order them, have them shipped to you right now on like Big Bad Toy Store, Empire Toy Shop, Mallfish, all these kinds of sites have these or most of these figures still in stock. So that could help with the demand a little bit, but keep in mind, that's $50. These are going to be $35, maybe $37, and that price point is going to drive traffic. People are going to want that lower price point. So there will be high demand for these figures. It's just hard to say if it's going to like immediately sell out. That being said, I go into sales like these assuming that they are going to sell out. And there are a couple little strategies that you're going to want to employ. 1, you're going to want to already have an account and get logged in early to the Store Horseman site. Don't wait to the sale to like try to buy it, and then you have to create an account and go through all that process. You also want to have your payment information handy. They don't take PayPal, so make sure you have your credit card with you. If you use autofill, that can be super helpful and it can speed things up as well. But generally speaking, get in there at like 10:50. Make sure you're logged in, ready to go with your credit card and ready to pay. If you want just one figure, or you want to just like prioritize one figure, that's a pretty safe bet. Like go in get your figure in your cart, check out as fast as you can, and you're most likely going to get the figure you want, even if there's quick sellouts, because other people will be trying to get more than one figure. But if you're going to try to get more than one figure, there are some strategies you can use. First of all, the page that I refresh is not the home page. I like to refresh the shop page. So when you go to the main page, there's a tab at the top, or if you're on your phone, there's like a drop down, go into the shop area, and that'll be sort of everything that's available for purchase. And you just refresh that page. Maybe start hitting refresh right at 10:59 and just keep hitting it over and over again every few seconds. And then once they pop up, what I like to do is I'll right click, go into it knowing exactly what you want. If I were going to be jumping into the sale this week, which I actually am not, I'm going to be on a mountain skiing. So I will have a much more enjoyable probably experience than most people on Saturday at 11 a.m. But if I were going to be doing it, I'd probably be getting a Mephitor and an extra Owain, just because Owain is so awesome for kit bashing. And what I would do is I would refresh. Once it opens up, I would go right to Owain. I would right click it and open it in a new tab. And I would go right to Mephitor, open it in a new tab, and then go to those pages as like those will allow each other to load. Go to those pages, then hit add cart, go to the next tab, hit add cart, throw them in your cart, then check out, rather than opening a page, adding it to cart, trying to go back, opening the next one, adding to cart, like kind of like batch process it. I don't know if it's going to be necessary this weekend. Like sometimes the All Stars in stock sales are pretty, sometimes they linger for a while, but sometimes they don't. So we'll see what kind of a supply they have. I do know that back when they were doing the Friday in stock sales, the internet connection matters. Like it's just kind of the luck of the draw on that. But anyway, that's my strategy for getting figures. And they may have limitations, like look ahead of time. They might have limits. You might not be able to buy more than one for the first hour. They sometimes do that. We'll see what kind of a system they have going on here. But pay attention because, if you order two and they have the limit, they may cancel your order. And then finally for predictions, this is a really tough wave to kind of like gauge what to prioritize. Like I've had some people ask me, hey, what do you think I should prioritize? If I sort of want everything, but I want to make sure that I get something, which one should I check out with first? I don't really know. I know that on Empire Toy Shop, Sir Owain is sold out. So that might be a sign that Owain didn't get as many orders and the supply might be a little bit lower. In the past, in some in-stock sales, it was kind of like the less popular figures that sometimes sold out first because the supply just wasn't there. So it could be Owain, and he's actually a really incredible figure. He's very underrated and he doesn't seem as good as he really is until you get him in hand. So that figure could be, secret sleeper. And then to me, my favorite figure is Scaphoid. So like that figure is infinitely kit bashable. He's got awesome, super gritty, detailed armor. He's got that cloth tabard style torso and loincloth. Just a lot of great stuff going on. And he's a super unique and bright, vibrant figure that pops on the shelf. Very popular figure from this wave. So I really wouldn't be surprised if Scaphoid went pretty quickly, but I feel like he was always the popular one, so the supply should be higher for him. Again, it's kind of like a push and pull, and it's really hard to predict because none of these are like sold out anywhere, really. None of these are hard to find right now. So it's almost like a roll of the dice trying to figure out what's going to sell out first and what you should prioritize, which means in that case, I would suggest just try for like the three you want, like your three favorite, try for those. If you're really worried about like a sellout and not being able to grab stuff, maybe try for your three favorite or your two favorite, and then go back in for the next round. Of course, you do have to pay the shipping twice. They don't combine orders. They just don't have the manpower to be dealing with that stuff. So just be aware of that. And if you have any questions for me about the in-stock sale or Mythic Legions in general, just let me know in the comments below. I love answering questions. I love chatting about Mythic Legions. If you want to check out more of my content, check out this playlist right here. And until next time, may the force be with you.